BBB here with Jordan Barker Porter. How are you doing, Jordan? You alright?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Nice little day, isn't it?
I know. Busy, all professional, it's nice. Good crack.
How many interviews is this for you today?
Number 2 so far.
Oh, number 2. I'm still fairly fresh then. I'll get on to the boxing. I just want to ask you, how is life out the ring at the moment? Settling into the family routine?
Good, yeah. She's 3 months today, a little whopper. But it's class. I had some time off that I needed over the Christmas period, feel refreshed, and then back in training, feel like a different person. So it's all good.
How on earth are you doing that with a newborn? I'm just going to drop this in now. My son is 1 month old today, so I'm like 2 months behind you, and it's just an absolute nightmare.
It's killing. To be fair, looking back at the 1 month period, the first 4 weeks, I can't even remember a thing. I was that sleep deprived.
I'm glad it's not just me then.
No, crazy. Everyone keeps telling us like it's gonna hit you, it's gonna hit you. And we're like, nah, it's fine. But it hits you like a ton of bricks, but it does get better.
And
she's now sleeping 11 hours a night.
Oh, I'll take that. About 3 times as much as I'm getting at the minute. So with that in mind, then obviously boxing is hard enough in itself, but how have you managed to balance the two? Obviously there's the build up to that with your partner being pregnant, then like your recent fight, which we will get into, I'm sorry to say, we'll talk about it. How did you juggle that at the time, like all of that going on?
It was hard, to be fair. Like I was going at 100 miles an hour like every single day, and then that's why it's like me batteries just stopped on fight night. So that's the reason why I'd performed the way I did on the night. It was really hard trying to juggle work, boxing, fitting in all your training sessions, being a mum, trying to get sleep, trying to eat properly. But I've adapted to that now, so I know that that's the new normal and what I have to do.
So it's hard enough and I'm not eating right at all. But like obviously that fight there, and I think it's interesting to listen to the boxers talk about losing fights. So if you listen to the fans, it's the end of the world. Whereas the boxers are much more realistic about it, and they can go away and pinpoint what's gone wrong. Obviously you've mentioned there, and sort of things that maybe weren't ideal, and getting to fight night and running out of charge is not what you want to do. But obviously moving forward, is that something that you think you can obviously adapt to and change, and like in the next coming months, coming fights, you're going to be in a much better position going forward?
Oh, 100%. I already feel like I'm in a better position. I've done 3 back-to-back camps because when I look back, I was meant to fight in June. I found out a week before that I wasn't fighting, and then got straight back in the gym. It was meant to be July, that got postponed to September, so it was continuous training. And then fought in September, I was straight back in the gym, and I fought in November. Plus then the baby, so it was like 3 back-to-back camps, no time off.
I'm shattered just listening to that.
It was just, I'd hit a brick wall, I'd overtrained, it was lack of sleep, there was so many things leading up to that fight what impacted my performance. But I took it on the chin, there was only me that could perform in that ring.
That was the problem when I did it on the chin.
So I took it on the chin, there's no excuses, I didn't perform, and that's it. That was like say 20-30% of me in that ring. But I know going forward I've had the time off, I've had a lush little Christmas, just us as a family, had the time off I needed, feel refreshed, and I've come back, I feel like a different person. I've got a nutritionist on board now who's helping us, so I'm eating properly at the right times, what I should be eating, and it's refueling my body good, so like I feel different in training. So it's good, I'm excited.
Standing here looking and listening to you, you can see that you do seem like you just sort of at peace with it, and you've moved on and ready to go.
Look, on the night, I thought it was over, like I thought that was it, like as dramatic as that sounds. I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do, but I kept my chin up. I went out and seen the people that had spent their hard-earned cash to come and watch us fight. I'd sat with them for a bit, had a big crack, and I went home, and then now I've had time to think about it. It's not the end of the world, like a loss doesn't define who you are, it's how you come back from it, and I'm going to come back from it stronger, I'll show people who I am.
Far from being all over, and what I think, from my point of view, you got to think is like 2 pro fights. You've learned more in those 2 than an undefeated prospect might have learned in 10 fights. You've obviously got a lot that you can take forward and not let happen again, or work or all the rest of it. But do you think as well, like, not want to be disrespectful, but in the women's side of things, there isn't that depth to build up a record and pad a record, and I dare say you wouldn't want to do that anyway. You're going to want to take those competitive fights and obviously look to challenge yourself moving forward.
100%, because there's not as many females in the pool of fighters as there is to the lads. That's why the lads can build the record up a little bit easier than lasses. You're in challenging fights within like your early stages of your career. but I like that drive of it. So my first fight was a challenge, got in there, got the job done. Second fight, obviously didn't go my way, but we'll get the rematch at some point. So.
You just stole me next question, and I was just going to ask, has there been any talk of that specifically?
Yeah, I said straight away.
I know you obviously would, yeah.
Next day I was on the phone to my manager and I said I want a rematch, and that's what I want this year. It might not be for this next fight, but it's something that I do want in my head. For me, it's just about the development, but I want that rematch taken off because I know I'm the better technical fighter. No disrespect to Becky, she's good, she's solid, she comes forward, she can bring it. And she's game, but that was 20-30% of me in the ring, so it's a different story now.
And then beyond that, so beyond the next fight, beyond a potential rematch, what are your goals within boxing?
This year for me is just about a development year, building my record up, learning in the ring, starting to set myself up for a big 2023, but next year I want to be in a position where I could potentially challenge for, say, an area title, or because the first ever female area titles actually, I think it was meant to happen back in the last year, but it's happening this year. That was got postponed. So now that that's happening, it's like, right.
Got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's coming now for females. So like working with the way that the boys do, not just jumping straight to world level. I want to start from the bottom and just gradually go up. Area title, English title, British title. You know what I mean? So yeah. Set up for a big year.
Very wise words. JBB with BBB. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.